everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. Today we are going to learn H1 tag. Before that, for learning or do coding, how to download Sublime Text Editor. Now let us start. And in Sublime Text Editor, at this part you have to take HTML document. I have already chosen it. And you can just click HTML. Then today we are not going to learn title or this about this, so I am going to just remove this. And at body part or at head part, you can use H1 or H2 tags. Now first I'm going to teach about H1. And this is the H1 tag. Inside the H1 tag, I can write anything what I like. But for today I'm going to write little long word because you have to understand about H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. H6 is the last heading code of HTML. Now let us start. H1. Inside this I'm going to write HTML or I will write all coder. I think all coder is best. All coder. Then I'm going to just go to file, save as. You have to save everything in only one folder. Okay. Then next I'm going to go to desktop. I'm going to save it in the desktop. I'm going to just save it as. You can give any name at first. Okay. So I'm just going to give it as all coder name. Coder, then dot. Then you have to give HTML. You can give any name at first. Afterwards, dot HTML is compulsory because it's an HTML document. With CSS, you have to save it as CSS and other things. I will say about other codes afterwards, but now let us go in HTML. Let us just click save. After going save, you can just go to there and open this document. It will just take you to any web browser. Open in any web browser, it's okay. Then you will get H1 tag heading wall coder. And now I'm going to see H2 tag. H2 tag is written as H2 means heading to or we and now we over here also I'm going to name it as all coder because for your understanding how small, how big everything is. And I'm going to just save it. Then I'm going to direct go here and just reload this. Now check H2 is smaller than H1. Now let us go to H3. Means heading 3. We can call it as heading 3 also. You can name your favorite style headings. You can name your favorite style. Like some need small headings, some need big headings. Like that by size you can decide for HTML. That's why it's called as H1, H2 like that. Now we are going to move to H3. Also I'm going to name it as all coder then save it. Then as you see H3 will appear here. H3 is more smaller than H2 or H1. Now we are going to move to H4. And H4 means heading 4 also we can call it as. And now H4 and at H4 you have to name it as all coder. Again you can name any your favorite name. All code is not compulsory. Just for your understanding I'm just naming it as little big. And now you can just save it and go here and reload this. See H4 is more smaller than H3, H2 or H1. Now we are going to move to H5. You can keep this tags middle of the head also. Means it will work but it's not correct actually. H5 you can just name it as all coder. Again I'm naming it as all coder. You keep your favorite name then save. Then you can reload this. And see as you see H5 is more smaller than H4, H3, H2 or H1. Now we are going to move to H6, the last heading. H6 means heading 6 also we can call it as H6. When heading 6, you can give your favorite thing or favorite name. Now see, heading 6 is more smaller than heading 5, heading 3, for heading 5, heading 4, heading 3, heading 2 and heading 1. And before that, you can just use this everything middle of the head also, but that's wrong, but that will work. But give middle of the body, like body and body target, middle how to give. And now the next thing I'm going to say is, as you saw heading 1, heading 2, as you compared, you can do anything. Now, if I just remove heading 6, no, I'll remove heading 4. Better to remove heading 2 because you can look more gooder. Then next heading 2 when I remove, then when I reload, heading 2 is removed. Now I'm going to show another thing. For example, inside heading 2, I'm going to just take this, then I'm going to enter here and I'm going to give heading 2 over here. And again all photo here and save. Then now again you can reload and see heading 2 is appeared here. This dependent on rows. You should not depend in heading 1, then if you give heading 3 and if you give heading 2, heading 2 will come at second. No. And as I said, some need big headings, some need small headings. You can just choose your small or big your favorite heading. And today's section is end by here. And you can go check the description box and see my last video Jarvis. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel, like and ring the bell icon. And share it. Don't forget to share.